player.
Hello mọi người. Okay, check mình là GM. So chắc là mình nói tiếng Anh đây mình ha, tại vì anh nghĩ là có nhiều bạn nước ngoài. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Faye from Super Team, and today we have the workshop, the technical weekly workshop. So the speaker today is Minh Bia. So he will share the section building with the Geyser plugin.
Yeah.
GM Minh.
GM. Anyone can hear me right now? Wait me a minute. Wait me a second. Okay. GM. Hello. Can anyone hear me right now? Okay, sure. Hi guys. Hello everyone. My name is Ming. I'm an engineer. And right now I'm a Subteam Vietnam. So today I will present the typical workshop. That is very weird. I think it's very weird for the developers, even though some developers who working very long in the Solana. But to be honest, touching these technicals is just I think a half, not too much. So my presentation in here that is Geyser. Let me share the screen window. I think let me share that screen. Anyone see my screen right now? Just call the W to make sure I can share my screen right now.
Okay, I share.
Okay. Cool. Geyser. Yeah. So let not. Okay. So talk to Geyser. Firstly, I'm Ming, full stack and blockchain engineer. Currently, I am engineer at Enterprise. That is the learning hub blockchains, review learning tool, learning gateways, and some DeFi technology. And right now, also, I am a founder of Vertex Indexer and data play for the Solana. And right now, it's agenda that is about Geysers. The first thing that is how to read and listen the data on chain in a traditional way. Everyone can right now doing. And in a second, that is talk about Geyser. What is Geyser and what is use case? And I will a live code on demo simple Geyser plugin with a local validator to demonstrate how I can listen, how can I read data on chain instead using RPC. And some resource and open source for all of you guys to visit or reference to build your Geyser plugin. And yeah, so let's start with listen data on chain. So I have draw the architects that I think very makes sense for the you guys. So when we listen on chains or when we submit a transaction to the on chains, we need to have one thing very important, that is RPC, right? So sometime in our course we have some logic away connection, send and confirm transactions, or away connection get account info. Basically, that is fake data on chain. This will post a request to RPC, and RPC will go into take the data from the validators to get the data what we want in here. So think about that. If we have a lot of clients, so a lot of requests go to RPC, a lot of requests from RPC go to the validators. So basically, it's very heavily when workload for fake data in here. So that is a problem. And in the Solana, already have some solution for it to reduce the workload for the validator when some request to require get data from on-chain. So that is Geyser plugin. So think about that.
your screen disappear.
Really?
Yeah, disappears. Yeah.
Let me say again. Okay. Geyser. Yes. Okay. Right now it's okay, right? Uh,
Okay,
I
it
think.
works.
Okay. So let's back into this slide. I think. Uh, here. So back into the problem. Basically, just one word. A lot of requests from the client to the RPC. So that is take a validator to have a lot like uh so basically the validator need to work very hard to serve all the requests from the RPC. So will be like shut down server something like that. And we also have, and that is another thing. And when we handle like real time, so basically like the one way we are thinking right now that is WebSocket, right? So even those in the RPC from Solana documentations already have some technical how to listen from the WebSocket using RPC. But to be honest, that is not stable way. Sometimes you cannot get you cannot get the information that published from the RPC. Basically, like it will shut down the server because a lot of users use the same RPC, for example. And so right now we have a solution that is Geyser plugin. And just talk about the name. The name already have one thing that is plugin. So basically, that is a plugin attached to the validators. And yeah, so Geyser plugin we have some method. So basically, like in the cycle or the how the Solana building block. So basically, we know that like in the methods in the phase that building block, the block will send from the lead the node to another node in the network. So when all the validator voting and okay, this block that is good, this block that is valid. So let's sync to the into the chain, like blockchain, right? So at that time, the validator will receive information with a new block, and we also receive a new data in there. And at that time, the validator know okay what account update, what is transaction at that block, and Geyser will receive that will have some method about that. And with that, we can handle something like, okay, if the Geyser, if the validator receive this information, let publish into the our server, something like that. Instead, get from RPC, we just handle in another way that, okay, if I have a notifications that one account or one transaction have started, let publish to my server. I do not need to require the RPC. Yeah, so basically here is the documentation, some article about Geyser plugin, and Geyser plugin that already have a thread, or already have a thread. Let me share my code. So in the Geyser plugin, yeah, okay. Geyser plugin that is a thread in the Rust. So basically you can understand that it's an interface in the TypeScript also. So we need to have some the method that is named that define the Geyser plugin name. Some the method very important. Update account. So basically, like when account update at one slot, we receive all information about account, like about data, about lamp port, about owner, something like that. A lot information about account, a lot of information about okay, what account, what data of account at that time, what is like basically slot that is account. We have some method to receive notification about slot, about the transactions. Yeah, so basically Geyser plugin that is a thread that is interface, and we will write the code and we'll attach code to the validator to handle our logic in there. So I already always draw some architect. I think that is can work with the Geyser. So the first thing, like let's say in the first problem I already tell that is the validator have a lot of workload when serve a lot of requests from another clients, right? So basically, we can use Geyser, that is a middleman, and delivery the information about the account to another replica database, and clients will read from that. So basically, like here, Solana building a block. After the process building block and verification successfully, it will sync to the validator to all the network. And we will have some method in here like notification account update and notification transaction updates. And we will store all the account. We will write some logic, what the account we will store, what transaction we will store, or what information we want to store. And we will have a database in there. You can use any database you want, Postgres account, like MongoDB or anything database you want to use, just like a way to store the data. And after that, instead the client request to the RPC to get the data, we can direct get from our DB. So basically, like, okay, our DB serve our data, and we do not need to waiting waiting the RPC to return the client. We will get from our server. That is faster, right? And another thing that is I think that is very cool. That is let me share here. That is another open source. I will. How can I drop here? Oh, let me connect to my YouTube so I can drop the. Yeah. Okay, I cannot. So let me send to the Faye, and Faye, can you share some information I will send to you into the chat, because I cannot join the chat right now. Some problem technical difficulty. Okay.
Sorry, which chat? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me share my screen again. Yeah, so basically it's like I have talked to Faye to drop the open source that is built from another guy. That is very cool about Geyser plugin to streaming data using Redis. So let me share the screen and I will talk the detail about this architect. And after that, we will go into the slide coding. How can I? Why share screen so slow? Window. Oh, okay. It's live. Okay, so let's talk. This architect come from the open source GitHub I already dropped in the chat. So basically, it's very straightforward how the flow is working. So we have a Geyser plugin in here, and when the validators receive the data about the account, about the transactions in the new block, we will have a streaming. We're streaming to the Redis. So basically, it's like we can use Kafka, we can use RabbitMQ, or we can use Redis stream to handle in here. So we have two way. We have a two way to go. The first way that is going to the analytics. So maybe we want to have some statistics about what account we want to store, what account we want to like statistics. Let's say we have the account, we have a wallet address of the wheel, and we want to check. We want to have some statistic, what a transaction, what any like about the trading about that wheel. So basically, we will analytic by store every transaction from the account. So we will have some DB processors we store in a database, and after that we have some API you call to a dashboard analytic to have some information about that. So this is the first side. And another side, I already tell that when we want to receive real time when the data on chain already updates, right? So we need to use WebSocket, but WebSocket from RPC that is not stable. To be honest, that is not stable. This can be shut down anytime, and we cannot handle that. So basically, we will handle our servers. We will receive we have a server and we receive the data from a ready streaming, real-time streaming in here. So we will have gRPC attached in here, and we can listen real time, and we not need to depend on the RPC. We will handle by ourselves. We can control. Okay, in a stable way, we know it's very stable. We did not depend on another third-party server that we cannot control. So basically, that is every architect. I think that's very common how to use Geyser plugin. At the end of the sessions, I will give some more resources. So right now, we will go into the most simple Geyser plugin. Let me share to all my screen right now. So I will live code in it. Stop sharing. Present. Before we go into live code, so can I ask, like, everyone know what is Geyser and what the use case about that, right? Just want to make sense. Just want to show, okay, every people can understand what I am saying. If it's too fast, just drop in the chat. I can slow down my voice. Okay, so like if not anyone chat, so basically I will go into my live code. So I have building a simple Geyser plugin, and I already have the GitHub about that. Let me, yeah, let me share to the Faye, and Faye can share out to you guys in the chat. Okay, so Faye already share for me about the repository. Yeah, I think. So you can see the first repo, that is, you can go into the simple Solana Geyser plugin. I already copy the code in there. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk detail about this code. So basically, it's like we have some function we need to talk first before we go to the details. So as I said, the Geyser plugin that is a trait, and we need to implement logic that fit with the method already defined in the trait. So we have the first trait that is about, okay, because we will attach this Geyser into the validator. So the first method that is, okay, the like pre-processing when the validator receive this Geyser. So in here, I have a config. So basically, my code is very simple. Let me draw the slide. So basically, like I will run the local validator in here. Yes. So I will attach my Geyser in here. This is my Geyser. And I will have a Redis behind the scenes to store the data. Let's take an example. And so basically, like, I attach my Geyser in here, and after that, I will action by send the transaction. Let's say Bob send to Alice 10 soul. So this will action to the network. Validator receive this, and will run the logic behind in my Geyser, and after that, my Geyser receive after logic is running, I will store the data into the Redis. So that is like a simple way to demonstrate how it's working. The first thing need to set up, that is, you need to have a Solana validator. Yeah, you can use you can use Agave to install here. So I already installed the Agave CLI. So right now my Solana CLI that is 2.2.1, and because of that, very important, your um, your dependency, like the Geyser plugin, need the same version with your local validator. If not, you cannot run. You cannot run the Geyser plugin in your validator. Be careful of that. So basically, I have the same, like same versions. Okay, so it's fine. Let's talk going to the here. So because of that, I need to define some information about like my Redis, because I send data to a Redis, right? So I will have URL, smart connections, connection timeout, something like that. And after that, when my Geyser receive the file, it will load this file. Here is a code to load the file from the JSON something. It's very simple. And after that, it will creating the connection to the Redis. So basically, the validator will have the connection to the Redis. Because of that, so when we handle logic, we can publish all the information after we pre-processing to the Redis. Yeah. Okay, so I also use like Tokyo to control the water thread, to control the thread when working. And I also use like the dependency about Reddit to handle the logic. So that is on lot. So to remember very easily, on lot method just load the config, creating some resources you need to you must handle before handle the logic, like creating data by creating connection to your Redis, create connection to your Kafka, something like that. And right now I will demonstrate. Okay, when I action the when I use account send zone to Alice. So basically like account of Bob and account Alice, that is chain, right? Chain about the lamp port, chain about some data in there. So I will receive the notification about what chain, about what account, and I will list some information. Let's say public key and lamp port, and I will publish to the Redis to store that data. Yeah, so that is the overview how this working. So me build let me build the package first. So basically after I build, here is the file build. I have a release in here. So basically need to get the path from this and attach to a lib path in here. So I already prepare in here. So all you guys can see, here is the path. So let me create an Reddit in my logo. It's working right now. So I will use Reddit inside to demonstrate what the data look like here. Let me push out here. Okay. Oh, nah. Okay, so right now my Redis is empty, not data stored in here. And right now I will run Solana test validator. So in the command, it's very simple. You use Solana test validator and use the attribute that is Geyser plugin config and define, okay, what the config file in here. So the config file need to have the the data must have that is lib path. Like, okay, the binary file about the Geyser already built. Okay, and run this. Okay, so right now I already run the Solana validator. So I already config the my Geyser in here. That is my local. So let me say Solana transfer to this account. Okay, so here is the transactions. Here is a transaction to this account. And in the, and let me prop the Solana test validator in here. Okay. So in the my Solana validator, I already like you can see in here. This is the validator log, the log. So here is a logging simple config, creating Redis connections. And when the transaction happen, it will go into the update account. It load the public key and the LAMP port about the account update and send to the Redis in here. So let's say I will have I already log. This is not a log. This is the format what the data I will store in Redis. So basically, here is the data. Here is the data about the every account happen in the network that chain. So here I received that in here. For example, like record of view time. So basically, like right now in my code does not filter what account I want to store. So basically, you can have some code like in here. Let's say lot you have some account want to store that is in the array. Let's say example, yeah. And after that, you will validate, okay, this account that is in the whitelist or not. If in whitelist, we will store in our Redis. If no, yeah, just ignore that. So that is all the code. That is how the Geyser plugin and how you can run Geyser plugin in your local in your computer just using Solana test validator. And must to be sure that the Solana's version in your local validator must be the same with the dependency have the trait about the Geyser plugin. If no, you cannot run. And yeah, so that is about the demo how to use Geyser plugin. I already published the code in my repo, so you can clone that and test, and you can modify your code or use some open source to reference in here. So after the demo, so we go into the some open source for reference. So here the first thing that is in Geyser. So this article that is about how to build Geyser plugin in here, and it will have example to store data, to store transactions data in Postgre. So you can read it out how to set up about that. So basically, they already built the create about to create the library how to working with the Postgre. So you do not need to write too much code. And another open source is very, I think that's pretty cool for me. That is from the, I do not know how to speak this name, but this is the Geyser plugin use the Redis as is the middleman to deliveries the data to the storage we want to store and use the gRPC for streaming data. It's pretty cool. You can he already config every in here, so just with the dog and here's the config from him. So we just change something to test. If you have a Redis local, you can use Redis local, or you can use like Redis from another server deploy, something like that. And another thing that is it's very famous is Yellowstone. This comes from a Triton. I think that is Triton. This very common logo here. And here is another open source from the Geyser, how to build with a Geyser. Yeah. I will send to the file and I will drop in the chat about this article. Yeah. Yeah, let me send here. PC. Yep. So so that is of the technical like demo includes what is Geyser and how we build with Geyser. So if anyone have some question about okay Geyser, how to use that, and yeah, just drop in the chat. I will answer uh, everything in my scope if I understand. Yeah.
Hi everyone, do we have any question? Please drop in the chat box. We can pin it. So do you have the group chat or anything to discuss on it?
Right now, everyone already have a group in the developer Solana super team. So
Oh,
yeah, anyone can post some question here. I think that is makes sense. And we can discuss more. If basically right now, if anyone have a question, just drop the chat or if have a question in the latest, yeah, just DM me. So yeah.
okay. I will share the link to the developer chat, and anyone consider on his tech, you can join, and we can discuss on the developer group chat. Okay, I think the audience, they don't have any questions so far, so I think we will keep in touch in the group chat. I dropped the link to the group chat with the super team developers, and yeah, thanks a lot for joining and sharing the
Yeah.
good good sharing today. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So GM everyone. Bye bye.
Okay, GM. Bye bye everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.